So one of the last pens I made was this one right here, the hybrid fountain pen. And just to recap of what that looks like, using a kit and some bespoke techniques on top. So from the kit, this is what the kit would have looked like if I would have made it, so you can compare both of those. If we unscrew this right here, now all this I have left over, and of course I steampunk that instead of just using regular wood. So all this I have left over right here. So instead of throwing this away, now we're going to make a pen using these, or using what's left over. So with that, I'm just going to use a single blank. This is just acrylic tortoiseshell, nothing fancy, but I think it'll give us a nice look. So stay with me on this. So the blank, I have it marked off here for the forward part, 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And then the back half here, we're just going to taper that down, drill that out with 3/8 of an inch. I was going to use this for a fountain pen, but decided not to use that for that. So anyway, I'll come back at you on the lathe when we're drilling this out and gluing this up. So in the 4-jaw chuck, I've got the 1 1/4 inch cutoff here for the front part. I have a 17/64 drill bit, and we'll drill that out real quick on a slow speed. Okay, I'm going to be drilling down, this is for the body of the pen, I'm going to be drilling down 3 1/4 inches to this line right here, and I'm using a 23/64 inch drill bit. And I have a mark right here on the end of my drill bit. Next step is to tap the inside of that hole that we just drilled out. We're using an M10 by 0.75 tap. And I'm going to lubricate that with a little bit of oil, mineral oil. Lock that, please. Okay, now that that's tapped out, we'll try that out and see how that fits. And we can see that fits in nicely. Kind of hard to back out, but just need to recess that so that that seats in there after I have to flush that up also, so it's nice and square. So if we use our drill guide, It looks like we need a 7/16 for that hole to recess right here. So, and that only has to go in about a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so now I'm switching gears. I've got a kitless mandrel here, and this is just a 3/8 inch piece, or it's a 1/2 inch here, 3/8 inch here. This just slides on over, and it's just under pressure, like a compression fit. So I got a little tension on the back side. That's going to keep it from spinning, and we're just going to go ahead and just round that down, and then round the end, the full length here, and we'll knock off the dimple when we get to the end. And as far as this diameter here, I'm going to measure it off of, so my outside diameter from here, this is the bushing for the pin, so that is marked here, so that will translate over here all the way down, and then I'll just taper that off so that the front part will match up evenly when I turn the front. Well, I've forgotten how much I don't like acrylic. This gets pretty warm and gummy, even using carbide. So I have to let that cool off and harden so I can go back at it. It's kind of boogered up over here in the front, so I might have to cut that off and redo it from here on down. So we'll see what that looks like, but I'll continue shaping this over here. I'm gonna have to do it off camera because it just takes so long. Okay, so here's the body. I've got a generic shape on it. Still needs obviously a lot of sanding. That's it right there, drilled out. And you can see how deep that goes. You can see how deep that goes right there inside. And if we insert that, now obviously this is just a little bit off, but when I'll turn this part down here, I'll make it thinner so that it matches up with this. But anyway, you get the basic idea. So it's kind of a unique looking little pin so far. It's coming together. Okay, so on the lathe, I've got the forward part here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and turn that down off camera real quick. Okay, I've got that shaped. Got a little bit of a different shape on it, sort of like my cigar pin, so it's easier to hold. And then the next thing to do is just wet sand it all, and we'll put it together. Okay, so I assembled the pin, even the front tip on the brass, and if I rotate this, you can see how that works. I don't have the ink in there at the moment, but I assembled it so I can sand one half, and then I'll flip it over and sand the back half, so to make sure that everything lines up correctly. Right now it's a little bit off right here, so I just want to sand that off into one piece so that it's nice and smooth all the way around. So with that, I'm using a collet chuck, and it's a little bit crooked, so to keep it straight, we're going to put that, let me loosen this up a little bit. I'm going to put that in the live center. There, so now that's lined up straight in the live center. So I'm just going to sand that down, flip it around, resand it, and then we'll do the wet sanding. I'm going to do that off camera, otherwise it's going to get really long. There you can see what that looks like. Not very pretty, but we'll flip it around now and it's going to be a little bit wobbly. Now we're doing it on a slow speed, so it'll be okay. Okay, so here it is, right here, just off of there, off the lathe, doing the wet sand micro mesh. Let me put the ink in it, and we'll come right back at you. So as you can see, the ink is in here, and you see how that works. So we'll go ahead and screw this in. Sorry about the light, it's kind of dusk, my house right now. But anyway, you get the basic idea how that looks. And it's actually pretty comfortable and light. Not too bad. Alright, hope you like it. Have a good day.